Hello, users, and welcome. Last night was the big debate. I want to preface this video by saying I drank a lot of alcohol and had a really, really fun night. My night, as far as perceiving the actual content goes, started to drift away at around the hour 30 mark. I just finished watching the little very end bits, so I am kind of caught up, but I'm just gonna throw that out here as a preface. And like my first night debate video, I will be ranking the candidates, not in like any sort of particular order, but just like candidate by candidate. I'll tell you how I feel about them and how they did. So first of all, I'd like to say that this debate had like one very key moment in it, and that was when Harris just unloaded on Biden. She just slapped his fucking bitch-ass face like dozens of times in a row, figuratively speaking. That was the biggest thing. Outside of that, I would say this debate was kind of like, I would say it was probably worse than the first debate. Just because you didn't have your Bill de Blasio's out there surprising you. I think everyone in this debate was predictable. There weren't any shocks or surprises or anything at all that I didn't see coming. So let's just start with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris in this debate kind of convinced me that I wouldn't necessarily mind if she were president. She is pretty good at doing the whole I'm gonna just go in on you thing, and I feel like that would be fun to watch in a lot of situations. I'm very, very worried about all of her plans, economic record, all of her voting records, that weird fucking child truancy thing that I have like a personal beef with. All that kind of stuff still scares me, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't necessarily kill myself if she became president, and I think that's an upgrade. So Biden didn't do so well, and I anticipated this. I've watched a lot of debate videos, and I watched some 2008 debate videos, and Joe Biden is very bad at debating. He's just shit. So he kind of stumbles a lot, he gets mad, he yells a lot in the debates for some reason. And not like a very, I'm going to yell because I'm doing the right thing and I'm mad about the right things, but just yelling and like your grandpa yelling at you for no reason kind of thing, you know? And it's just like, I don't know, I don't like it. I mean, he gave answers that I felt like for people that like him, you know? Like, most people that are polling, like, that are going Biden in the polls don't like him. They are voting for him specifically because they don't feel like thinking. You know what I mean? So I feel like the people that like him, I think he did a good job for. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of his supporters that don't have that like for him that's required to kind of like buy his nonsense. And I feel like they're going to be shifting elsewhere, especially after like the next few debates if he continues to behave poorly. And then we have Bernie Sanders. And as you all know, Bernie Sanders is my candidate. I think personally, if you're not voting Bernie Sanders in the 2020 primary, you're not a serious person. Your political analyses are useless garbage, and you should severely rethink everything about the world because you're dumb. And on a serious note, he did pretty well. He didn't do spectacularly. There was no moment where I was like in tears, you know, thinking that Bernie's gonna save the world. But we have a few more debates for that to go. I think he did well. He did his thing, like, you know, the Medicare for all, the corporate greed. He did his thing, and he did it well, but there was nothing necessarily more than that. So, like, a lot of people criticize Bernie because he's very samey, but that sameness is good for people that don't pay attention to things. So, like, there are people that watch, like, say, the first debate, especially, and don't watch anything else. Or, like, maybe we'll pop on, like, one of the later debates. So, like, to get a taste of Bernie for people that haven't gotten that taste yet, I feel like that's going to do him well, because it could only do him well. And I think he was on message and on point enough, but, again, there wasn't anything like, wow, Bernie did a great job. At least, again, maybe I was drinking too much. Maybe I didn't really process it that well. But I think Bernie did a really good job for being Bernie. Buttigieg Buttigieg gave a lot of really weird answers to questions. He was doing that weird, I'm a corporate wonky kid and I'm not gonna answer anything directly. Which is not surprising in the slightest. That's kind of the lane that I've noticed he's been taking. But it's just that the corporate media who does that fucking, I'm gonna turn my fan down, who does that like, oh, Buttigieg is the best thing ever kind of dance around him. It's just like, why? He didn't really do anything here. I feel like I don't know. I'm not a Buttigieg supporter, so I don't know how people could support the answers he gave. I really don't, like young people. Like for example, I was at Pride, the Pride Festival in DC, and I saw someone with a Buttigieg shirt, and that shit confused the fuck out of me. I also saw someone with a Joe Biden shirt, which I'm convinced was trolling. But I saw someone with a Buttigieg shirt, and I'm like, besides being gay, right? Like, what is Buttigieg? Where are his credentials? I don't know. I don't know. He's fucking useless. Marianne Williamson, who I didn't even know. I didn't know who she was until, like, yesterday. Like, maybe the day before yesterday, when I saw, like, the lineups. But she did pretty good. She had a few, like, funny one-liners. Her kind of position in debates were it was, like, kind of like Bill de Blasio, but, like, significantly less kind of oomph to it. And maybe that's because she took I'm gonna speak with a very heavily southern accent and, like, kind of like a fancy wifey kind of fashion. I don't know, but she said some good stuff, but I feel like she didn't really communicate too effectively. I don't, like, and she's only here for, like, a meme. That's the thing, is, like, Bill de Blasio knows that he's only here to raise his profile as a meme, so he just went in. Whereas I feel like Marianne Williamson is in the same position, where she's only here for the public profile and to, like, meme it up, and she didn't really do it as well. I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know her and I don't like her shtick, but I don't really know de Blasio either, and I liked his shtick, so maybe I'm just a sexist bigot as possible. And then you have Hickenlooper, who, honestly, I'm not gonna spend any time on him. He deserves nothing. And I'm gonna say the same with Eric Swalwell. They both deserve nothing. Why are they running for president? Nobody knows anything about them. They're cringe. Kirsten Gillibrand in this debate, she talked a lot, and I feel like she was trying to position herself as, like, a bridge between, like, the Joe Bidens and then the Bernie Sanders. I feel like she was trying to take that middle ground, because I felt like she would often talk in a lot of those contexts, and I feel like she was just trying to position herself to be more of, like, a moderate candidate. I don't know, she's okay. I don't hate her with a burning passion. She's not, like with Kamala Harris, who I said convinced me that I wouldn't want to kill myself if she were president, Kirsten Gillibrand has not done that. So, like, if she's president, that's gonna be sad news. And then, Michael Bennet, which I didn't actually know was running for president. I saw some clip of him being epic in the Senate once, like, a couple of months ago, and I had literally not heard his name until, like, they were doing the debate thing. Like, I at least had heard of Marianne Williamson, like, reading a list, but, like, my eyes just didn't read Michael Bennet on any list. I forgot this fucking guy existed. So, as with Swalwell and Hickenlooper, I'm just gonna say fuck him. What a fucking loser. And then you have Andrew Yang, who I feel like was being snubbed in this debate. I feel like he got, like, almost no airtime, and I'm gonna look this up, because I'm sure, I'm sure someone's done the math here, because I saw one for the first debate, so. Yeah, Yang got 3 minutes total throughout the entire, like, 2-hour debate. That's wild. Yeah, they really shut him up. Which, I mean, here's my thing. I don't like Yang. I think Yang is a nefarious force in politics right now. But he really shouldn't be snubbed, because he Yang is a libertarian running in the Democratic thing. He is a libertarian. I'm sorry if that offends you. And as such, there are a lot of like gamers, zoomer edgelords who have good politics, like economically speaking, who have bad politics when it comes to socially speaking, and choose a Yang because they want the meme dollars and they don't read anything else. So like they don't know his foreign policy is garbage. They don't know his domestic policy is garbage. They don't know that his UBI is just like a Trojan horse to destroy social welfare programs. They don't know all that because like they just don't care. So like I feel like Yang just being snubbed and not having a chance to give him the like he didn't have enough rope to hang himself is what my point is here. He kind of flew under the radar, and that's bad because the people that like him are gonna see that as like, ooh, corporate media is against my candidate. You know what I mean? And it's gonna make them double down. When in reality, Yang should have been criticized for praising Reagan on his foreign policy. His foreign policy page on his website literally says that he wants a Reagan style foreign policy. He's running as a Democrat. Like, I know I say this and Biden's at the top, but, like, his UBI is dangerous. He wants to destroy social welfare programs. Like, here's the classic example. If everyone in your friend group gets the $1,000 and they say, oh, let's go to the fucking, let's do this, let's party. But, oh, whoops, I'm in a wheelchair. So I have to choose. Do I get my Yang bucks or do I get my, like, handicap, like, disability payments so that I can actually like keep up my wheelchair so it doesn't break and that I have parts and that everything functions and then I have all my pieces and all that kind. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how exactly it works. But my point is that why should you force disabled people to choose? The Yang Bucks, what they do is they raise the lowest ship for everyone that's not disabled. If you're disabled, your life is made worse. Because not only is everyone else around you not suffering as well, they're actually, like, they're doing great, and you're just left in the dust. And that's why Yang's fucking shit is garbage. But, like, again, no one can know that if he's not allowed to speak. So that's my little Yang thing. He should have been able to speak a lot than 3 minutes, and where Biden gets 14 minutes, you're gonna give Yang 3? Honestly, like, I've got this list open, right? Fucking Michael Bennett had 8 minutes of speaking time. Why? No one cares about him. Like, seriously, like, again, I don't like Yang, but I recognize that he is a nefarious candidate who needs to have sunlight on him so that he goes away, and this shit is not helping. So that's all I'm saying. Overall, the second debate wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but the Harris moment, I mean, that singular moment made it great. But as a Bernie supporter, I think Bernie did good, but he could have done better. And that's my idea. That's what I think. And that's it. So upvote me.